everyone, it's me Luthfia. In the previous video, we have discussed about reading tasks. So today we are going to discuss about writing tasks. There are some types of writing tasks that can be used or applied in a classroom. Those include limited response, guided writing, dictation, and free writing. Let's start with limited response. Limited response can be done in some different ways. The first type of limited response in testing writing is sentence combining. So sentence combining can be done in two ways: adding connectives and putting one sentence inside another. What is the difference between adding connectives and putting one sentence inside another? So in adding connectives, the teacher will make incomplete simple sentence and the student are required to fill the sentence with the correct connectives. For example, as you can see on the screen, he likes ice cream, blah, 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 he will not eat any. So the students have to fill the missing word with appropriate connectives. On the other hand, putting one sentence inside another's, the teacher will give students two independent clauses. The students are required to combine the clauses into one sentence. The teacher also can provide conjunction or connection as a help. For example, as you can see on the screen, there are two independent clauses. The first is some people come late, and the second, they will not get good seats. So the students have to make the two independent clauses into one sentence, and the teacher can provide conjunction or connection as a help for the students. That is about sentence combining. The second type of limited response is sentence expansion. Do you know what is sentence expansion mean? So sentence expansion is a type of test in which the students are simply adding words such as adjective or an adverb into the sentence. For example, as you can see on the screen, the teacher will give a sentence to the students with some missing word, and the students are required to fill the missing words with the appropriate vocab or phrases according to the sentence context. The blah 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 man hurried blah 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 to the blah 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 horse. Can you fill these missing words, everyone? If you can find the answer, if you can fill the missing word, you can write your answer in the comment section below. The third type of limited response in testing writing is sentence reduction. In this test, the students are required to remove words or phrases from the sentence by creating a new sentence without changing the meaning. For example, as you can see in the screen, the teacher will give sentence to the students. Her father, who is certainly the stingiest man I know, wouldn't let us borrow his car. And the students are required to make a new sentence from this sentence without changing the meaning. The fourth type of limited response in testing writing is copying. In this test, the teacher will provide some words or phrases, and the students are required to copy the words or phrases provided. The last type of limited response in testing writing is oral clues. What is oral clues? So in this test, the student will listen to an audio and they will be given the transcript of the audio with some missing words. The students are required to fill the missing word with the correct answer according to the audio. For example, as you can see on the screen, this is the transcript of the audio that will be heard by the students, and the student will get this, the transcript of the audio with some missing word. The task of the student is to fill the missing word with the appropriate vocab or with the appropriate word according to the audio. Limited response has some advantages and limitations. The advantages of limited response include these are generally quite easy to construct and these are suitable for students with limited ability in English. On the other hand, the limitation of limited response is these do not measure actual writing skills. So that is about limited response. Now we will move to the second types of writing task. It is called guided writing. The objective of guided writing tasks is to check students' ability to handle, control, or directed writing tasks. In guided writing, we have testing spatial skill. The first is testing mechanics. So mechanic in writing skills include capitalization, spelling, and punctuation. There are two types of testing mechanic, find the word spelling and unpunctuated paragraph. What is the difference? Find the word spelling. The teacher will provide some words to the student and ask them to find the wrong spelling. For example, as you can see in the screen, the teacher will give some list of words to the student and the student are asked to find which one is the incorrect spelling. Unpunctuated paragraph. The students are required to give the correct punctuation to the paragraph. For example, the teacher will give a passage without a punctuation, without capitalization, and the students are asked to give the correct capitalization and punctuation in the passage. Next is testing organization. So in testing organization, there are two types of tests, find unrelated sentences and jumbled sentences. Do you know what is the difference between the two types of tests in organization? Find unrelated sentences. The students are required to find unrelated sentences in a paragraph. So the teacher will give a passage to the student, as you can see on the screen. And one of the sentences in the passage is unrelated. So the students have to find the unrelated sentences in the passage. Jumbled sentence. So the students are required to arrange the jumbled sentence into paragraphs. So the teacher will give jumbled sentences to the students and the students are required to rearrange the sentence into the correct order or into the correct paragraph. And here is the example of jumbled sentences task in organization of writing test. In guided writing, we also have changing the passage. So changing the passage can be done into the types artificial text task and typical request task. Do you know what is the difference between artificial text task and typical request task? Artificial task. In this type of task, the teacher will provide the student with some questions or clues that lead to the student's writing. For example, before let the student write their passage, the teacher give artificial text. For example, is it 12 o'clock noon? Is it Elizabeth sitting on comfortable blue seats? Through the window beside her does she blue sky and sometimes white clouds far below. So the students have to write a paragraph according to the artificial text given by the teacher. And this is the example of the students' writing. It is 12 o'clock noon. Elizabeth is sitting in a comfortable blue seat. Through the window beside her, she sees blue sky and sometimes white clouds far below. While a typical request, do you know what is typical request test means? So in this type of test, the teacher will provide a passage. The students are required to change the passage into another form. For example, the teacher will give this passage to the students. The passage is written in simple past tense, and the teacher can ask the student to change the passage into simple future tense. In guided writing, we also have wording from a paragraph outline. So in this type of test, the teacher will give the students a situation along with some question as guidance. The students are asked to make a paragraph according to the situation. For example, as you can see on the screen, the teacher can give a situation to the student. The teacher will give a situation to the student. Write a paragraph of about 75 words describing a store or business that you know very well. And then the teacher also provide the instruction, the situation with some following question as the student's guidance. And these are some example of questions. And after that, the students have to write a paragraph according to the situation and according to the questions. Guided writing also has some advantages and limitations. The advantages of guided writing include guided writing tests are rather quick and easy to construct. Guided writing tests provide appropriate control for those students who are not ready to write on their own. And the limitation of guided writing include guided writing of the paragraph outline variety is often rather time-consuming and difficult to grade. And guided writing on the paragraph outline variety is difficult to score with a real consistency. Now we will move to the third types of writing test, and it is called dictation. So in this test, in dictation test, the student simply write what has been read by the teacher. There are some things that the teacher should consider in conducting dictation test. The first is choose a passage that is not too difficult for the students. The length, it can be 70 up to 200 words. Give the student clear instruction. So in dictation task, the teacher should give a clear and understandable instruction to the students. The teacher should read the passage 3 times. The first time, read the passage normally without pause. The second time, read the passage with some pause. And the third time, read the passage normally without pause. Dictation tests also have some advantages and limitations. The advantages of dictation include they are easy to prepare, they can be scored with good consistency, and they are much harder to cheat on than another type of test. And the limitation of dictation include they are difficult to use for diagnostic purposes, they combine listening and writing, they are not usually helpful in measuring short-term progress, and they are not as easy to correct as multiple choice completion or those tests. The last type of writing test that can be applied in the classroom is free writing. So in free writing, the student will be given time to write freely. In giving free writing tasks to the student, the teacher should give clear instruction to the students about the length of the writing, the deadline of the writing, and the writing scoring. Free writing has some advantages and limitations. The advantages include this can have a good effect on instruction. The students will be more motivated to write in and out of the class, knowing that their task will be an actual writing task. There is a virtually no chance of getting a passing grade of a free writing test by cheating. Like other examination, it will be conducted in the classroom under supervision. While the limitation of free writing include grading or free writing tends to lack objectivity and consistency, and free writing is time consuming to grade. So that's all about writing test. If you have comment or question, you can drop it in the comment section below. See you in the next video. Goodbye.